Generation Z, also known as Gen Z, iGen, or Centennials. And this refers to the generation born between 1996 to 2010, following the Generation Y, or Millennials. This generation has been raised on the internet and social media, kaya naman sila ay tinutukoy na first true digital natives.
And based on Pew Research Center's analysis, ang Gen Z ang most diverse and most educated generation so far. At marami sa kanila ang tumutuloy sa kolehiyo kumpara sa ibang mga henerasyon. At marami rin naman sa mga Gen Z ang mulat na sa mga social issues gaya ng gender identities, same-sex marriage, and even interracial marriages dahil nga lumaki sila na mayroon ng internet.
Ano nga ba ang pag-iisip at pagkilos ng Generation Z? Alamin natin yan kasama ang isang eksperto, an educational psychologist from UP Diliman, writer and author. Abangan ninyo si Grace o Dr. Grace Shangkwan Koo sa What's Brewing.
At makakwentuhan naman natin ng ating mga hosts ang Gen Z YPs. Ano nga ba ang life goals ng mga kabataang ito? Abangan niyo po yan sa ating Espresso Self. And of course, stay tuned for legal talk sa ating Barista segment. Interesting po ang mga usapin natin ngayong araw na to, so don't change that channel. Ako po si Reza Abante Yebra.
At ako naman si Bishop Ruben Abante. Join us and let's have good talk over good coffee. Welcome to the Lighthouse Cafe. Iba na talaga ang mga kabataan ngayon. Yan ang madalas sabihin ng mga naunang mga henerasyon. Lalo na ng mga magulang na katulad namin, nakasulukuyan nagpapalaki ng mga anak. Kasama ka ba ron, Reza? Kada henerasyon o generation ay may kanya-kanyang ugali at karakter. Kadalasan ito ay nagiging dahilan ng di pagkakaunawaan ng mga magulang at kanilang mga anak, ang mga kabataan ngayon.
Totoo po yan, Bishop. Dati, mainit ang usapan ng mga millennials or Generation Y na tinatawag. Ang mga kabataan na nag-uumpisa noon sa kanilang mga career at bagong saali lang sa workforce. Ngunit ngayon, ang mga millennials na ito ay nagkakaedad na nga at karamihan sa kanila ay nagsisimula na ng kanilang mga kanya-kanyang pamilya at naging mga magulang na rin. So, ang sumunod sa kanila na generation ay tinatawag na Generation Z or Gen Z. At sila ang mga kikilalanin natin ngayon.
Napakagandang talakayin ito, no? Lalo na ang kasama natin ay isang eksperto sa usaping ito. Ibig sabihin, mas nakakaunawa siya ng mga ganitong klaseng generasyon. An educational psychology professor from UP and a seasoned speaker and author of numerous books. Welcome to Lighthouse Cafe, Dr. Grace Shangkwan Koo.
It's my honor to be here again.
Oh, yeah. Suki ka na rito.
Suki na po siya sa GCTV in general. Dr. Grace has a show. At,
Oh, yes.
Correct, yeah.
Oo.
Sunnybrook Smart Learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Generation Z. Parang ang hirap i-describe ng generation na to. But,
Yeah.
man, ako believe ako sa'yo. You have this kind of understanding. And you can relate to us.
Being a professor in UP for so many years, you get in touch with different generations. Because I teach a PhDs and then a master's level, and I used to teach undergrad too.
So basically, all generations po ay somehow naturuan
You
nyo
can,
na.
you can actually understand the strata ng mga, di ba, no? Iba-iba eh.
Yeah.
Iba-iba.
Me being a baby boomer, I even had students who are baby boomers. So.
Ano po ba ang difference, no? Like a quick overview of
Ang baby
all the
boomers, they came
generations
from after the...
after the World War II.
Oh.
So, kayo po
Ano yung pagkakasunod-sunod natin?
baby boomer,
Baby boomers, tapos X,
Gen
diba?
X,
And then
okay.
Y, and then
Gen Y,
Z.
And
yeah.
Gen Z.
Baby boomers at this time should be already. They are you are asking about the differences among the students. Baby boomers did write better, read better.
Yeah.
Because they started with books. They didn't have internet.
Right.
So they research better as
Lahat
well.
sila manual. Lahat tayo manual.
Very resourceful.
Right.
Manual typewriter.
Oo.
Yeah.
Alam mo, yung mga sanay sa computer ngayon, hindi na-exercise yung mga daliri nila. Tayo nung araw.
Matigas kasi yun. Nabutan ko
ganun,
po yung
ano?
typewriter.
Oo, yeah.
We have to take notes, note
Ako,
cards.
sekretary ng father ko noon eh. Kaya sanay ako sa mga standard Remington typewriters.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Oo.
Mas masipag po ba ang baby baby boomers generation, would you say?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, of course, of course.
It was harder to write an essay because you cannot just copy and paste. Yeah, there are not many information. You have to go to the library and really take down notes.
Tsaka mga telepono natin nung araw, mga aparato malalaki, no? Parang ganun.
Yeah.
Hindi pa yata uso yung,
Right.
wala pang mobile.
And because we did a communication mostly face-to-face, di ba?
Yes.
Oo.
Okay, so
If not
very personal.
through the telephone.
Right.
So there's a personal touch, di ba?
I think yung generation natin very innovative. No? Yung mga simple mga bagay.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah.
Ayun.
Resourceful because we are deprived of resources.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right,
Oo.
right. And hardworking, I would say din po, no? Kasi walang easy way
Teka, ano
to
ba
do
topic
it.
natin?
Baby
Ano topic
boomer.
ba natin?
Gen
Baby
X
boomers.
na, Gen
Gen
X na po.
Oh, Gen X.
Hindi masyadong entitled tayo.
Oh.
X, the group of X, so I have references. They are my nieces and nephews.
Anong age
because I'm the
group po
seventh.
yan,
Oo.
for
They're
example?
now in their 40s, 50s, di ba? And so on. But they are very hardworking too because they have to work in multinationals.
Yeah.
So they have a global competition.
Right.
And then the Y, they are my children,
Yes, that's
Generation
me.
Y, millennials.
Why ka na ba?
Why
ka
na po ako?
So even if internet was available, not everybody was had access to it,
Yes.
right? So at least
Medyo limitado.
Starting, yes.
so
started.
they learn how to read books as well
Oo.
as the screen.
Yung
No.
mga nagte-telepono, nagsimula ng telepono, pero pupunta ka ba sa bubong para makakuha ka ng signal.
Yes.
Yeah. The connection
Right.
was not as good as well and
Oh, tsaka
slow.
Yung internet natin nung araw, yung
Yung
Ganun.
May
slow.
dial.
Pero yung Z, they are really the
Yes.
digital natives na.
Natives.
They were born with already the gadgets
Right.
available. Yeah.
Mga teke na sila
Right.
ngayon.
Sabi nga po nila, actually, yung buffer age would be around 20 years old, ano, the
Yeah.
oldest ng
Correct.
Gen Z.
Yeah. So they are in the undergrad. So yesterday I just spoke in the UP CSSP. That's a social
Social science.
sciences
That's my side, yeah.
group. That was
Mm.
with the faculty who wanted
Yes.
to know how they can reach now the undergrad because some of them have been teaching for so long. You see, so much of our syllabus had to change. The method of teaching had to change na. They like a cafe type of
So
lounging
we
kind
can
of classroom.
we can say now na ang Generation Z, they're kind of leaning towards the more convenient
Yeah,
na mga
yeah.
bagay-bagay.
Quick, instant.
Quick, oo. Puro mga instant.
Yeah, so attention span is less.
Very
na,
short.
Short na. Because,
Yes.
yeah, so since UP has not changed the scheduling, you still need to be
In the
class
class.
3 hours for the grad level. It would be hard for some of them. Yeah. So at
Oh.
every now and then, they would have to take a look at their smartphone.
Phones, right, right.
So dependent, so attached to the smartphone.
How about yung mindset nila? Kasi you mentioned baby boomers will be more hardworking and those things. As you go through the generations, I'm sure mas nababawasan. Tama po
Yeah.
ba? How about for the Gen Z?
The boomers are very loyal to their employers.
Oh.
So not only just on the vocation, but who is
Right.
the employer. And then less now because they could be loyal to their profession, but not to one employer na.
So we can categorize them according sa mga iba't ibang qualities, no? Like for example, sa pagiging resourceful, no? Iba-iba rin yung mga ano nila sa pagiging fast, iba-iba rin, no?
Yes, yeah.
Oo.
Gen Y and Z are very innovative.
Yes.
Yeah, but their mode and medium is very different.
Yes.
They are in the digital world. Yeah, so they know how to. The games are very good. They are good with creating games, right? So it enhances their creativity as well. Except that they are very dependent on the tools.
Yun.
Without that,
Right.
yeah, it's hard for them to
There's-
draw, freehand and so on.
So ibig sabihin there's a lot of dependency
On the
sa Generation Z. Okay?
Correct. Yeah.
Now, the thing is, yung kanilang dependency ay, correct me if I'm wrong, ha? Yung kanilang dependency are leaning towards things na medyo temporal. Yung
Yeah.
bang naluluma ka agad. Like for
Yeah.
example, hawak nila laptops and mga
Yeah.
gadgets and everything.
Because
Eh,
They
2 years
mag-phase
lang yun,
out,
mag-obsolete na.
Yeah, they change their iPhone every year,
Yeah.
every other year.
Right.
Yeah, and because each generation is becoming narrower and narrower. It used to be 25 years before we have another new generation.
Right.
These days, it's 15 years.
years.
Every 15 years.
Can,
there's
can
a-
we say na ang kanilang royalty is very short, no? Short span?
Yes,
no?
commitment is very short. They don't like
Oh.
commitment as well.
So there are pros and cons on that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
How about sa
well,
mga, let's talk of family values, no? Family, community values.
How different
Anong
po
mga
ang
challenges niyan?
Yeah, there are many challenges, particularly for Christians, right?
Yeah.
The sense of morality, yeah,
Mm.
identity, about worldviews. They have changed na through the years.
Are
because of
you saying na medyo loose ang morals ng Generation
Yeah,
Z?
of course. Yeah, pornography is very accessible, for example. Yeah, and then they are very these days they don't want monogamy. Yeah, it's
Okay.
mostly yeah, and people are delaying their dating and marriage na.
So morality changes. Not only sa morality but relationships also na
Yes,
apektuhan.
yeah, social relationships and
Oo,
also
palit
the
ng
family.
palit ng mga relationships and
Family
everything.
values are
Yeah,
also affected.
And then the identity confusion because they built another identity on their
Online.
social media. So they want to show that they are very happy, they're fine, they're successful and pretty. So not the real
In
self.
such a situation, mahihirapan din sila to find themselves na
Yeah,
accept yung acceptance nila sa ano.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in psychology, because identity crisis happens at certain age, right? About 20, 25, and so on, or earlier for Filipinos, because we go to college earlier, 18 and so on. They start to find out who am I? What am I good at? What is my future? Now, with all the differences, different pictures that they see, they start to compare themselves with each
Right.
other.
Yes.
Social comparison is really
Yun, right.
bad. They
Actually,
want they always want to be the best, the richest, the
Kapag
most
hindi
successful.
na naabot yan, then depression
They'll be
Oh,
comes,
depressed.
depression.
Actually, I read
anxieties.
nga po na mas maraming suicidal
Correct. Yeah,
depression,
that's why-
suicide sa Gen Z.
Kaya mental health is a problem. Even in our universities, there are cases of suicides
Yes.
just because of grades and so
Just
on.
this first quarter of the year, no? Marami
Oo.
na tayong cases.
Kabataan
no?
as
Yeah.
young as grade 9.
Yeah, and then depression too.
Right.
When you compare with other people, you are far behind. Yeah, and so on. So you have to keep on promoting yourself. So it's harder to be happy with yourself.
So, this is the setting now, no? How do we help parents then? What do we tell parents?
Yeah.
There should be more equipping for parents, no?
Yeah. First of all, we have to know how the youth are spending their time. Where
What are their
are they spending their
interests?
time? Because with the internet, time displacement, they don't have time for their parents or even for their neighbors or for face-to-face contact na, di ba? So I think the first thing parents should do is to help the children develop self-control, self-discipline in the use of internet. That the internet
Control.
is the root of many problems. It's a
Totoo,
tool.
yeah. Right.
But where you go and what you select for
You're
your
exposed to a lot of
entertainment
things, right?
is
Moderate mo, if not control.
Yeah,
Right.
moderating, monitoring maybe.
So
Yeah.
more of
Monitoring,
self-discipline,
yes.
self-control for the
Yeah.
generation.
But the problem is even parents
Eh mabuti kung
Are addicted.
makakahabol sila eh. Siyempre, kung ang magulang eh ano. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So they are not good models for their children as well, di ba? They spend so much, Philippines is the highest in social media use.
Ano nga ang
Facebook.
ano nga ang time na ini-spend ng typical
I think around 8
Filipino?
to 10 hours every day.
Every day. That's all.
Facebook,
That's one
social
more
media.
job.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, right.
Just,
Yeah.
24/7.
So, kung hindi equipped ang mga parents into dealing sa kanilang mga anak, ano pang pwedeng asahan nila sa community, sa society?
Yeah,
Kasi,
the
I
church
believe,
can do a lot,
in a community na nagtutulungan. Kaya ang church setting man, napakahalaga eh.
Right.
Lalo na you are able to express yourselves to brothers and
Community.
sisters in Christ, the
Dapat may
community.
fellowship and
Oo.
community. So these days, it's hard for parents to be talking with their children without their cell phones, diba? Or a smartphone. Why is it that the children are not finding it fun or useful to have a talk with parents? Because they feel that parents are always preaching to them and so on. They cannot be egalitarian or equal in their sharing and their position. So I think if parents can spend more time with their children and develop a better relationship, more time for bonding and so on, more sharing of common experiences, then the parents would be good company rather than people from the social media or Another problem that Japan had encountered so much these days is the hikikomori. These are the guys who just stay home for 3 years, 7 years without coming out. They don't want to have a family or be married and so on. All their time is spent on the internet. And it has become a serious mental health problem.
Oh
It is,
my God.
So they rarely go out. Talagang online
almost
lang
none.
yung...
Oo. They have to
Lahat
ask the
virtual.
psychiatrist to come and visit them.
Lahat virtual. So,
virtual.
walang person-to-person na
Yeah.
relationship and everything.
Correct, yeah. Even
Parang
a
sad
relationship
naman.
is virtual relationship.
Virtual relationship na
Oo.
lang.
Identity is virtual. These days, they meet people
Siyempre, kapag
virtually.
virtual,
Yeah.
puro packaging lang yan, puro cosmetics
true,
lang
true.
yan. So, it's hard to see, really look
What is
into
real.
what's
Yeah.
inside.
Yes.
Yeah. And they
Superficial
they
lahat.
attend concerts wherein the singer is not a person.
A virtual na rin.
It's a virtual a person. And they paid so much money and with such a great, big, huge crowd watching something that is not real.
Oh, buti na wala pang ganyan sa Hindi pa yata
Virtual.
ganyan ka-high-tech.
Well, alam
Virtual
mo,
reality.
Parang the greater challenge is how to be parents than to...
Yeah.
No.
It's harder to be parents these days.
But
It's true.
Kinakailangan mag-offer ka na ng course, parenting the Gen Zs.
Yeah, I think that is very important. And in church, many of them had problem of having, because most churches have average age of 65 and so on. So there are less and less
Young people.
youngsters attending church and so on. In the States, I think they only had 3%.
Yeah.
The Gen Z in the church.
So ano pong pwedeng gawin ng like churches and ministries to reach itong mga
Mabuti
Gen
rito,
Z?
puro mga bata ang staff.
Yeah, many churches go into online, but I would not encourage that. Church is coming
Yes.
together, a life
Exactly. I
together.
like what you
Yes,
said.
yes.
Church is always
Yeah.
coming together.
Yeah, we have to come
And it's just
together face
it's
to
not
face.
just attending.
Right,
When you
right.
come together, there's relational aspect
Yeah,
there.
there's fellowship,
There's
yeah.
fellowship.
Ministries,
Talagang merong
involvement,
ministry, may
right.
involvement, may service.
A
and
touch. You
everything.
cannot touch a person on the online. Yeah.
Oh,
So
right.
we only use the visual.
Tapos
and,
kinomplicate pa ng COVID-19 na hindi ka na pwede makapagkamay and everything. Oh.
That's right. Yeah. So I think the church should learn about the characteristics of these generations and know how to reach out to them. Yeah. The youth director is a very important person in the church. How to get more youth participate in more meaningful community work. Yeah.
So what else? How do you do an entrance sa isang Gen Z na kabataan who is so closed and he's
Yeah.
just by himself or herself?
yeah.
So how do you enter his
You know,
world?
even apologetics has to change. Yeah, it used to be, deep. Do you believe it that God exists and so
Yeah,
on? That kind of, the problem with many churches is that we kind of isolate or alienate the young people into the planning or the starting of projects and so on. I think they are looking for something meaningful because these days most of the kids would say they are nones, no religion.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it's a whole generation of nuns So if they feel that there's no need for any religion, many of them are atheistic, in fact, then how can the church even bring them to church, right? So we have to reach out to the parents, and hopefully the parents, each family would be able to touch their children.
So, ibig sabihin, number one, parents have to be proactive.
Yeah.
Right.
Hindi
They
sila
have to-
distanced.
Yeah.
Hindi sila,
Rather detached, no?
Detached, no?
We have to get involved.
hindi sila reactive lang. Kasi alam mo,
Yeah.
may mga magulang na they only attend to children pag may
Pag may
problema.
problema. Actually,
Kapag
meron
wala,
nga
you
po
know,
ganun, mga virtual
Tapos,
parenting
and
din,
kids
diba?
will say, wala akong problema.
Like, yeah, even yung mga OFWs, diba, they call it virtual parenting, diba?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
watch
yeah.
24, may mga CCTV,
Yeah,
they
they-
see how the
yeah.
kids are doing.
Mhm.
Pero technically, wala talagang presence.
Wala. I don't think a hug. You cannot
Yes.
hug your baby on the internet. Or,
So,
Be very
going back to
personal,
the
yeah.
topic, ano ang entry point? Ang entry point. Ibig sabihin if you waited until your child is grown up, it's too late.
Too late. Just even before a child starts to use the gadget. No, I saw this documentary. A child was given a magazine, and all she was doing was scrolling. She didn't even know how to turn the
Oh, my.
magazine. Yeah, she's not seen a magazine that is turning. You have to turn the
Oh.
pages. So they are born with already being native. They speak the language. They are very quick with all this. Yeah, parents, before even a child starts to use the smartphone and the internet, has to prepare themselves with all these monitoring apps as well. Yeah.
So, ang maganda palang entry point sa mga parents, learn.
Yeah.
You continue to study. No?
Para makarelate din naman
Para
po
makarelate.
sila, Bishop.
Yeah.
Oo.
But we should maintain some authority. Parents
Yes.
have authority. These
So,
days,
authority.
parents do
Yung bang
that,
wag
yeah.
nating sasabihin na matanda na ako dyan, hindi ko na kaya yan, ganyan.
Authority in the sense now we have certain expectations.
Right.
Okay.
You have to still learn how to obey the parents.
Right.
It says parents are afraid of their kids more than the kids being, obedient to their parents. So, being parents, we have to learn what is our authority, what is given us.
The ironic thing, a
God,
lot of people know how to train dogs. They don't know how to train their
children.
children.
Pero I don't think, hindi naman po kailangan extreme, no? Like, lahat bawal. Di ba? Kasi I
Hindi,
also heard
hindi.
of like
Yeah.
parents na talagang at a certain age, bawal ang tablet,
Kasi
bawal ang...
dapat positibo ang
Right,
approach.
right.
But
Diba?
even American Pediatrician Association, Pediatric Association, had warned that children should below 2 should not be watching even television because the medium is the message. It will rewire your brain. So all these things, there are scientific findings of the harm and both the benefits and the harm, of course, of internet. But parents are sometimes too indulgent
Yes.
of their kids.
Oo.
If they want this, they give. They don't have
Oh, that's
they
naman
don't
yun,
make
no?
good
Right,
decisions. Oo.
So,
Yeah.
well, ibig sabihin parents should continue to learn and they should not be stiff na
Yes.
para bang it's just a packaging to be a parent.
Right.
Sometimes they should be out of the box sa kanilang mga approaches.
Right. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but there should be firmness.
Correct. Yeah, firm
Oo.
parenting is very important.
Okay.
Now,
Dahil
in
kung
the church, yeah.
bago-bago ka ng ano mo, una hindi, tapos diba?
Nagulan din yung anak mo.
Ayaw, hindi.
Ano ba
Tapos,
talaga rule?
Oo, tapos wala na.
Yeah, inconsistency is
Yeah.
Correct.
really a bad kind of disciplining. Now, the church should provide something that children cannot get otherwise from the internet. But the spirituality of it, of providing spiritual care, is something that the internet that they cannot find. If we are trying to imitate the world, they are in the world but not of the world. So how do
Correct.
we make it such that here in this church, you will get something that you'll not get anywhere else?
Right.
Yeah, the word of God is very important.
Yeah.
Because children who have access
You know, ang
to
sinasabi
tons
ko
of,
nga do not be afraid to be in the midst of wolves.
Yeah.
Because the Bible says we should be sheep in the midst of
The
wolves.
wolves, yeah.
We need to learn how to be in the
be-
midst
yeah,
rather
correct,
than being detached. Kaya lalo nagkakaroon ng distance, ng masyadong detachment.
Generation gap.
Generation gap.
Yeah.
Well, alam mo, ang ikli ng oras natin. But this talk has been very, para din sa amin,
There should be
And
more
even
forum
sa,
din.
Yes.
kasi we're raising an alpha generation na kid na. So talagang di lang digital native pero they grew up talaga na.
But you know
ganun
that
na
the
yung-
Generation Z is returning now to some more soft skills. They want people relationship. They want to go into psychology, social,
kasi sa dami ng nagpapakamatay,
entrepreneurship.
natatakot na rin sila sa kanilang sarili.
Yeah. So they learned from the Y. Now the Z is coming closer now to the X.
If I would be giving advice to Generation Z, I would say this. Do not depend on things that easily fade.
Yeah.
You know? That easily, yung bang naluluma,
Fade away,
na, kaya nga, we need to be dependent on God who is immutable, who does not change,
does
who
not change.
remains.
And the Word of God is eternal.
Exactly.
True.
Well,
Siguro, Miss Grace can also give a short message to the viewers, especially the Gen Z or maybe the parents of Gen Z.
I wish parents should be talking more with their children. If the parents are doing social media all the time, and because just the time, life is made up of time, and what you have is time, no? Parents are not good models of their children in using of their time and doing something more meaningful. They lose, very quickly, the children will move away already, and they have developed more pleasant relationships with other peers, and they are started to be influenced by the peers rather than parents. Parents are still the greatest influencers of their. Influencer this day is someone who would advise you to buy this and buy that. But the parents are the best and the strongest influencers. The value
Good.
information.
oo. Ibig sabihin, wag mong i-outsource ang pagiging parent. Well, Grace, thank you so much. You need to come back and let's talk more of this. Kasi it's an evil world out there. Yes. Well, now let's talk to Gen Z teens, At alamin natin ang kanilang mga sasabihin, kung paano sila mauunawaan. And that will come sa ating Espresso Self. Don't you go away.
Mga usaping in, mga paksang trending,
Mga talakayang may kabuluhan.
lifestyle at kultura ang sariling atin.
Buhay Pinoy, pag-usapan natin dito sa
Espresso Self! Ang magkakaibang generations ay may tinatawag na certain behavioral markers. Tulad na lamang ng mga baby boomers. Yan yung mga mahilig at sanay sa hard work. Yung mga millennials naman tulad natin, Antoinette, yan yung mga mahilig mag-travel at sabi nila, we invented the perfect Instagram post. Diba? Ano masasabi mo dyan?
Millennial ka ba, Gabi?
Oo nga, nagsisimula pa lang tayo, binabash mo na ako. Of course, pasok pa ako dyan. So.
Hindi, pero agree ako dyan actually yan, yung mga travel, ganyan, yung work-life balance, di ba? Yung mga hashtag, ganyan, travelgram, ganyan. Pero I think isa pa sa mga katangian ng mga millennials, gaya natin,
Yes.
I think yung pagiging passion-driven, yung jobs na ang sinisik ay more than practicality. Kasi yun yung nakagisnan, siguro nung mga generations before, ay kung ano na talaga yung parang gusto ng,
Yes.
ng yun, passion or dinedirect ng puso. Ayan.
Medyo maaga pa, Antoinette, para sa usapang yan.
Ayan. Pero at sa ngayon naman, sumisikat na ang term na Generation Z. Sabi nga sa nabasa ko, Gabi, ang mga Gen Z daw ay generally accepted na pinanganak between the years 1997 to 2012. So, kasama ba dyan ng anak ninyo?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oo,
Gen Z.
sakto-sakto.
Oo.
2012. So, pasok
Yes.
siya, kaya pinangalan namin siyang Zeph. Kasi Gen Z siya. Yeah.
Okay, ayan, napakagaling. So according to research, Gabi, ayan nga, one of their hallmark behaviors is the avid use of mobile devices. Pero unlike millennials who seek adventure outside these devices, ang Gen Z daw ay mas gugustuhin nasa bahay lang. So, abangan-abangan mo na si Zeph kung magiging totoo nga sa kanya to.
Tama yan. Medyo nakaka-relate ako dyan. And putting it into a Christian context, paano nga ba ang buhay ng isang Kristiyanong Gen Z? And what better way to get to know someone than by talking to them, di ba? So, kaya meron tayong mga in-invite na mga Christian Gen Z people with us today. Kasama natin ngayon si Darwin, si CJ, si Edelweiss, at saka si Ruben.
Yay! Welcome!
Nakasabit pa si
Lighthouse
Ruben.
Cafe. Hi guys!
Oh.
No po.
Kaya, parang medyo tumanda tayo bigla, no?
Oo, sa totoo lang.
So kids, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng play, okay? Pero speaking of Gen Z, Antoinette, meron ka bang talagang tanong for them? Ano ba pinagkakabalahan ng mga Gen Z ngayon?
Pero siguro before that, no, pwede natin silang hayaan na mag-introduce muna
Correct.
ng kanilang mga sarili. Tell us anything about yourself, probably siguro yung school or kung college na kayo, course. Yan. So, Darwin.
Okay. So, ako po ay 20 years old. Second year po sa UP Diliman, BS Civil Engineering.
Scholar ng
Ako
bayan,
po. Ako po si CJ Delgado, 15 years old, grade 10 po, nag-aaral sa St. Clair School.
Tapos, ako naman po si Edelweiss Bidahanay. Tapos, grade 12 po ako sa University of Makati.
Ako naman po si Ruben, 19 years old, UPD rin po, non-major.
Basta lang may sikita ng major.
Kasi kung ano daw
Wala
yung
akong-
course.
Kasi may bala ka
For shifting,
mag-shift.
for shifting.
Pero may mga maganda namang non-major na mga courses. Anyway, ibang usapan yun. Marami pala tayong mga scholar. Tsaka si Edelweiss, parang laking BGC. Parang ganyan yung vibes niya eh. Ano ang pinagkakabalahan ng mga Gen Z ngayon?
Anong usually na ginagawa niyo siguro? Ayan. Go, Edel!
Okay po, so
Bukod sa
yun,
magpa-interview sa Lighthouse Cafe.
Sa mga tito-tita niyo.
yun po, yung mga ginagawa po ng mga Gen Z ngayon, mostly po, nakatutok po kami sa mga mobile devices po namin. Tapos yun po is either sa mga social media, sa Facebook po, YouTube, mga ganun po.
So, aminado naman kayo dun sa description kanina na mukhang talagang mobile device yung isa.
Opo.
Sabi nila nakatutok, ina-expect ko para mga newscaster to na nag-update. Pero ginagawa niyo pag naka-mobile, pag naka-always on nga kayo, sabi nga nila. Ano ginagawa niyo sa mobile?
Usually, for communication and syempre kapag, kasi benefit na rin yung technology sa amin dahil pwede na rin namin gamitin sa research namin, for school, di ba? And also entertainment purposes din.
I think kaya din yan, ang dami ng mga apps na naglalabasan na yan, meron kang streaming ng movies, ng mga series, yan, sino dito mga K-drama, ayan, inaabot na anong oras?
4.
Wow, ganun
4
po.
a.m.
Oo, ayan.
4 a.m.
Dahil nga doon, dahil dun sa market na yon na talagang halos 24/7 ay merong nag-access ng ganong services. Yan.
What about social media? Kasi hindi ko na-mention yung mga Facebook, naggagano naman kayo.
Opo.
Tsaka narinig ko, Antoinette, may mga, itong generation na to, may mga secret yan, may mga secret files. Kwento niyo lang sa akin, ano yung mga secret files?
So yun po, yung mga secret files po, dun po linalabas ng mga tao, yung mga rants po nila, or yung mga may mga gusto po silang iparinig, mga ganun po. Yung mga nandun po sa loob ng secret files.
Anong secret files? Ano to?
Secret nga.
Sorry.
Ano sasabihin sa'yo?
Pero saan siya? Ano siya? Parang folder na nakatabi lang sa phone? Or parang ganyan? Or
Facebook page.
May Facebook page po
Ginamit namin ito
Ayun
for
po.
siguring word na files.
Oo.
Pero hindi
yung
na
mga
po
Facebook
kasi
page na.
uso ngayon yung secret files. Freedom wall na po yung uso.
Freedom wall na.
So nag-shift naman ngayon. I think sa generation ko yung secret files. Tapos ngayon, freedom wall na.
Opo, ayun.
Na parang anonymous. Na
Opo.
Ng bawat universities po, mga
Tsaka,
ganun.
alam ko, nakalimutan ko lang yung term eh. Parang sinasabi nila, yung Gen Z daw, may second account sa IG or Facebook.
Talaga.
Parang yun yung ginagamit niya na, yung, kasi sa IG parang public, tapos sa dami mga followers, di ba? Like ako, here din yung trabaho. So, meron ako yung mga for closer, ano ka lang, circle ko.
Ano to, yung mga mas intimate
Yes,
na posts mo? Kayo ba? May ganun kayo?
Parang ang tawag po nila dun dump account sa IG.
Ayun.
Dami.
Parang dun po na dinadump lahat ng mga pictures na hindi masyadong aesthetic or
Yes, correct.
nakakahiya.
Mga gusto nang ipalabas.
Pero for relatives lang or for
For
close
close
friends?
friends.
For close friends. So sa tingin niyo, bakit mas, kumbaga in terms of spending your time, mas gusto niyo or mas gusto ng Gen Z na talagang sa sarili lang na yun, kasi syempre pag 'di ba, pag mobile, syempre you're in your own bubble. So tingin niyo, bakit kaya ganun? Ano bang yun?
Ganun ba kayo? In terms of medyo mas... Kasi ang ano ko, medyo mas may smaller groups lang talaga kayo. Mas tahimik kayo, mas cliquey. Paano niyo i-describe yung dynamics niyo?
Para sa akin po, dahil sa mga bagong technology na meron po tayo, parang mas nagiging hindi na kailangan ng face-to-face masyado na communication. Parang pwede na tayo makipag-communicate through our mobile phones. So, parang hindi na natin kailangan lumabas ng bahay, pwedeng mag-stay na tayo sa kwarto natin, pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na hindi na tayo close sa mga kaibigan natin. Parang more on close tayo pero through Facebook, mga social media accounts natin.
Oo, kasi I think ang usual na iniisip ng mga tao, especially yung older generations, ay kapag hindi face-to-face, hindi kayo close, parang closed off ka sa mga tao. Pero for you guys, sa generation nyo, do you consider it as, ano pa din, parang communication na the same lang, walang kaibahan yun?
Curious lang ako, Antoinette din, kasi Gen Z kayo, sabi niyo, di ba? How would you differentiate yourself sa mga millennials, for instance? Ano pagkakaiba ninyo? Based sa opinion niyo lang.
Yung tingin po namin, parang sa amin po mga Gen Z, mas short po yung attention span po namin kaysa po sa mga millennials. Yun po yung parang isa po sa mga difference po namin.
Kasi it makes sense. Kasi especially mobile phone, di ba? Paiksi. Tapos, pag nakita mo ngayon yung mga ads, parang...
5 seconds,
6 seconds, 5 seconds, parang pabilisan. So, paiksi yung attention span. Meron ako kasi talaga ito pinag-isipan natin
para mas makilala pa natin ang generation nila. Ayan, meron tayong pag-game. May pag-game si Tito Gabby.
Bubunot lang kayo, may equivalent na cash prize.
Wow! Sama ako.
Sige. Ang gawin nyo lang, bubunot lang, tapos answer yung question truthfully. Okay? So, kung sa Millennials Real Talk, ito, Freedom Wall, o kaya
Secret Files.
Secret Files.
Sige, sino mauna? Ayan, kahit sino. Okay, sige.
Kita mo naman, nag-recycle tayo ng paper.
Ano ang pastime mo? Yung pastime ko po kasi, siguro pag wala akong ginagawa, mahilig kasi talaga akong maglakad talaga. Ewan ko kung nasa Gen Z ba ako, kasi hindi ako pala stay sa bahay. More on outsider talaga ako eh. And more on lakad talaga. Na parang hindi ko ma-attempt na nag-i-stay lang ako sa bahay. Gusto ko lagi ako nasa labas, gusto kong sociable ako. Pero may pagkakataon din na mas gugustuhin ko na sa bahay na lang, kaharap yung phone or yung netbook, manood ng mga K-dramas, ayan.
Yung mga pep, mga...
Yes.
pep talk.
Ewan ko. Basta nagbabasa ako sa pep. Super updated ako sa mga tubes na...
Chismis.
Hindi kasi...
Okay, sige, let's leave that.
At least updated si Ruben.
Pass is pass. Tama na muna si Ruben. Next.
Sige, go ahead.
Talagang nakantabay ang buong grupo.
Okay, so saan mo hilig tumambay? So yun po, kasi po yung lugar po namin dun po sa Makati, medyo malapit po siya sa Taguig. Tapos as in, isang jeep lang po, nasa BGC na po. Kaya po kaya dun po kami hilig tumambay. Dun po kami mahilig tumambay po. Pero nag-window shopping lang po. Yun po.
Kasi ako napapadala ako sa BGC pag sa Safe Looks pag may mga sakit na yung katawan ko. So, sige. Okay!
Window shopping naman daw. So, matipid pa din.
Gen Z daw ang maraming cases ng depression and suicide.
Mhm.
Totoo ba?
Serious
Bakit
talk,
kaya?
ah.
Well, actually sakto kasi naging lesson namin to kanina lang sa school. And kasi yung depression and suicide, kaya siya siguro laganap dahil sa mga maraming kaganapan. Kasi since ngayon, di ba, technology uso na rin and mas lumalaganap. So, nagiging ano na rin yung cyberbullying. Siyempre, nakaka-affect na rin kasi sa feelings ng tao. Especially ngayon kasi para sa akin, yung generation ngayon is sensitive na sila. Parang to the point na kahit small things na-affect sila, parang napapansin agad nila yung mga smallest details. So parang nagkakaroon sila ng overthinking ganun. Tapos, syempre, siguro may times na nafe-feel nila na wala silang makausap ganun. So parang ina-isolate lang nila yung sarili nila. And I think sobrang laki ng effect nito sa buhay ng isang Gen Z.
Ang ganda, pang Miss Universe. Miss Universe. Teka lang, bago ako sumagot, Darren, pag-usapan na natin sa sandali. Kasi napaka-relevant na topic yun na pinag-usapan. Kayo mismo, paano kayo nag-cope pag sa ganung circumstances? So,
For me, kasi usually kapag may times na sobrang nagiging toxic na yung isang bagay, iniiwasan ko na lang. Like, syempre sa social media, hindi naman din maiwasan yung ganyang toxicity. Sometimes I tend to turn it off para naging offline ako for a while, ganun. Kasi, syempre, minsan you have to let things off of your head na sakit sa ulo, ganun. Tapos, minsan din, kumakausap ako ng trustworthy na friend or syempre sa parents ko rin, especially sa mom ko.
Ako mahalaga rin po talaga na makapag-usap ka sa magulang mo kasi sa ngayon po kasi, kumbaga, dumidepende na sa kung sino yung kausap mo sa technology, sa messenger, sa mga kaibigan, which is hindi tama kasi mas maraming alam yung magulang mo kaysa sa kanila. Kaso nga lang, yun din yung problema ngayon sa Gen Z eh. Hindi ganoon nagtitiwala sa magulang, kumbaga mas dumidepende sa kaibigan.
Kasi case-to-case basis naman din, no? Dahil may iba, of course, there are those na blessed with set of parents na talagang madali yung pakikipag-usap. But there are also those na syempre, for some reason, probably na hindi din nakapag-establish ng ganong relationship. So, do you think, yon sa ganon na, in terms of communication, pag ba, kunyari may nagsabi sa inyo, sa Gen Z na, wag mo lang masyado isipin yan. Kasi ba usually ganun yung sinasabi. Pag negative yung bagay na narinig or nabasa, maliit na bagay lang yan or wag mo masyado isipin, ganyan. Nakakatulong ba yun na para kapag mas narinig niyo siya na sabihan kayo ng ganun?
Tingin ko po hindi po siya nakakatulong kasi parang yung na-hurt na po yung tao. So pag sinabihan po ng ganun, parang nai-invalidate po yung feelings niya. So yun, kapag nai-invalidate po kasi parang iba na po yung parang nagiging tingin na parang hindi naman pala ako naiintindihan nito eh. So bakit ako makikinig sa kanya? So yung parang kailangan po muna is binavalidate po yung feelings na parang parang i-comfort po, gano'n. Tapos pag alam naman po ng tao na hindi niya kayang i-comfort, edi parang i-suggest niya po sa parang makaka-comfort po niya, parang psychiatrist or psychologist. Parang ganun, mas mga ganun po.
Na may mas wisdom.
Opo.
Oo. Ikaw,
Sure.
Darwin. Ay, Ruben!
In relation po dun, i-share ko na lang din po kasi yung isa ko po kasing friend, nagka-open up po kami kapag walang ginagawa ayun. So, hanggang sa napunta po kami sa usapan na depression, anxiety, ganun. And then, siya po kasi is nakaranas na rin po siyang ma-depress, ma-anxiety, or ma-feel niya po na sobrang down siya, na sobrang walang kwenta niyang tao, gano'n. And then, ang tinanong ko po sa kanya, bakit hindi ka nakipag-usap sa magulang mo? Kasi, syempre, mahalaga rin na makipag-usap ka sa magulang mo. And then, ang sabi niya po kasi, yung sabi po kasi ng magulang niya, nung hindi niya pa po sinasabi, ang sabi po ng magulang niya, yung depression ay anxiety, mga baliw lang yan eh. Kaya from that word or from those words, doon niya na-realize na parang, bakit ko kakausapin to? Hindi niya naman naiintindihan kung ano yung nararamdaman ko. So yun yung parang example nung sinasabi po ni Edel kanina.
Na nagkaroon na-invalidate yung feelings.
Kaya more on sa friend siya nagsasabi. Ayun po.
Okay.
These are real issues.
Oo nga.
No, Gabi. Darwin, mukhang...
Darwin, no? Pasensya kang Darwin.
Darwin kasama.
Para
Hindi,
po...
bubunot ka.
Ay, text. Okay, sorry.
Baka pwede natin i-relate doon sa gusto
Ay, gusto ko bumunot si Darwin. Matagal niyang bakantong time na to.
Wait lang po, Papa.
Uy!
Kita ba yung question?
Bakit? Define love lang naman. Ang hirap ba yun?
Okay, so,
Sige,
eto
go,
po,
Darwin.
yung nabunot ko po is, who are your life influencers? And why?
Mga sa mga millennials, Lodi o kaya ano. Wala ba? Like Ruben, gano'n?
Para po sa akin, hindi po parang isang specific na tao yung nakapag-influence sa akin as an individual. Para po sa akin, ang pinakamalaking influence po sa buhay ko is yung church, yung ecclesia. Ano po kasi lumaki ako sa church, dito po ako natuto. Parang lahat ng principles na sinusundan ko, lahat ng practices, binibase ko sa kung ano man yung truth na galing sa salita ng Diyos. And yun po yung pinaka nakapag-influence sa akin.
Amen.
How do you use yung faith natin, faith ninyo, yung church, yung ministries sa pakikisalamuhan nyo sa labas? Maybe otherwise.
Yun po, nagagamit po yung faith namin, kunyari magde-decide po, kunyari sa mga issues po, kunyari yung mga LGBTQ, ganon. Na parang maano po yung ano po sa faith na kasi 'di ba po parang yung yung generation po parang more of liberal ganon, which is parang contradicting po sa po natin, sa faith po natin. So yun, parang gagamit po yung reason and logic parang parang hindi naman po atakihin, pero parang ika-counter po yung mga reasons nila, gamit po yung faith and yung reason and yung logic.
CJ, yung involvement sa ministries, how important is it for Generation Z, especially as you grow up and mature and face life?
Well,
Face issues.
sa akin kasi, once na nasa isang ministry ka, syempre, nagde-develop yung ibang skills mo, like, sabihin natin leadership, ganon, or yung passion mo sa isang bagay, na sabihin natin yung sa orchestra, sa music ministry, ganon. Kasi may mga iba akong kilala na nasa orchestra na naging interesado lang sila kasi once they start to learn that certain instrument, tapos they play it sa mga services, ganon. Parang nagkita nila as, so parang ganito pala yun. So, sobrang fulfilling ganon, yung ganon. Kasi at least kahit sa mga ganong ministries, may kita mo yung true passion mo talaga. And I think that's beautiful.
Yun yung word. Ayan. So, well, napakaganda sana no. Marami pa tayong pwede pag-usapan.
Actually,
no?
dapat yung episode na to hanggang 4 a.m. Gen Z itong usapan natin kaso 15 minutes na tayo. Pero I think may magkakaroon tayong part 2 and part 3.
Oo.
Beautiful, yeah.
Yes. And of course, thank you very much for being open and being honest sa mga issues na to. Of course, magkaiba kasi kunyari sa amin sa millennials, iba din naman yung set of issues. And of course, sa Gen Z din. At napakaganda that we have these kinds of conversations na, yun nga, nakakapakinig tayo. Yun nga, yung in terms of emotion, alam mo yun, in terms of yung the feelings that our kids have, or hindi na nga kids those really do not have to be invalidated. Pero paano mo nga naman yun, paano ba natin siya mas maayos na i-address in accordance to God's Word. So, yun yung mga bagay na maganda. Sana na masimulan natin yung mga ganitong conversations. Kung hindi man kaya with the parent, sana with someone na mas matanda or, alam mo yun, with more wisdom. Para, syempre, yun, nakakapag-gain tayo ng learning. Kasi kahit ako ngayon, ang dami kong ngayon ko lang na-realize na, uy, ganun pala yun. So, it's very important that we have this, yun, mga ganitong conversations. Ano message ko na yung sinabi?
Yeah, we can have all this conversation. Pero I think, yeah, yung call to action, yung reminders for the older generation to guide and reach out to the younger generation. So, nandun naman siya. And I think I'm reminded din of the verse, di ba, that let no man despise the youth.
Yeah,
Be thou an example of the
Example.
believers in conversation, in word, in spirit, in faith, in purity. So, thank you very much for your time, for joining us dito sa Espresso Cell, sa Lighthouse Cafe. Ano yan? Puso-puso. At for more on biblical principles, samahan po natin si Bishop Ruben sa Hebrews.
Welcome sa ating Hebrews. Ito ang segment sa ating Lighthouse Cafe na naglalayon po na bigyang daan ang ilang mga bagay mula sa banal na kasulatan na may kinalaman sa mga pinag-uusapan po natin ngayon. Like for example, sa episode na ito ay pinag-uusapan natin ang tinatawag na Generation Z. Ano ba itong Generation Z? Well, definitely hindi ito po Generation X at hindi ito yung millennials. Ano? Well, anyway, I was told na ang Generation Z would be those who were born from about mid-1990s, 1995, 96, hanggang 2010. Yung span po ito, yung span na ito, yan ang mga taon o yung period na kung saan naging masyadong mabilis ang pagpasok ng technology. At ang lahat ng maaaring i-offer ng mundo para maging mas konbinyente po ang buhay ng tao, mas naging nakakaangat ang estado ng tao. Kaya po pati sa mga transportation, sa communication, lahat po ng maaaring ibigay sa konbinyente at kapakanan ng tao ay naririyan. Kaya ang pinakanakinabang po sa mga bagay na ito ay ang mga Generation Z. Now, while napakaganda naman na isipin na meron silang ganong pwedeng ma-enjoy, but then, ang naging impact po niyan ay ang kanilang pagtitiwala ay nauwi na lang sa mga ino-offer na mga bagay na ito. And of course, these are temporal things. These are things that are very material. And however po na ang technology, like for example, yung mga cellphones, pag meron kang cellphone, 2 taon, 3 taon, matanda na yan, nagbabago na. So, wala pong pangmatagalang pinanghahawakan. Okay? But that's technology. Gayon din po ang bale na sinandalan ng Generation Z. Kung baga, yung nagbibigay po sa kanila ng katatagan at kaaliwan sa buhay ay naging napaka, anong tawag dyan, no? yung mabuhay, no? Hindi po permanente. Now, it's a matter of where we place ourselves. At ang banal na kasulatan ay nagsasabi ng mga bagay na where we should delight ourselves. Convenience is good. Sapagkat ito ang nabibigay po sa atin ng comfort sa ating buhay, ng maraming gusto natin. But then, if we become too comfortable in things that are not permanent, ay hindi rin po maigi. Kaya, a lot of Generation Z ng mga young people ay nakakaroon po ng depressions. Naiiwan sila sa kanilang mga sarili and they look for answers at wala sila makuha sa iba because yun na nga po, umaasa sila sa mga temporal na mga bagay. The Word of God gives a good number of verses tungkol sa what gives us delight. For example, ang sinasabi po doon sa Psalm 119 and verse 11, ang sabi, "Thy word have I hid in mine heart that I might not sin against thee." Now, ang salita po ng Diyos, ang banal na kasulatan, ay hindi lang po bagay na naglalayo sa kasalanan. But when we put ourselves in having delight in the Word of God, ay napakaganda po. For example, sa Psalm number 1, ang sinasabi, His delight is in the law of the Lord, and in His law doth He meditate day and night. Ang sabi doon sa Psalm 37 and verse 4, "Delight thyself also in the Lord." Ang sabi sa Psalm 40 and verse 8, "I delight to do thy will, O my God." In Psalm 22 and verse 8, "He that trusted in the Lord, that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him, seeing he delighteth in him." Kung kaya nga po, ang segment pong ito'y naglalayon na tingnan, ma-realize ng ating mga generations. We might have all the convenience and all the gadgets and all the digital technologies we have. But hey, tingnan po natin kung saan natin inilalagay at ini-establish ang mga bagay na nagbibigay ng delight po sa atin. don't forget God. Siya ay permanente. Okay? Siya ay immutable. He does not change. He does not go with technologies. He is God. Go to His Word. Hindi rin po nagbabago ang kanyang salita. Okay? Go to His very attribute, sapagkat hindi nagbabago ang attribute ng Panginoon. Huwag natin kalilimutan, ang Panginoon po, hindi nagbabago ng kanyang pag-ibig sa atin. He may change in how He deals with us, but He does not change His will for us. Keep that in mind. Delight in God, delight in His Word, delight in His will. God bless you.
Magandang araw po at welcome po sa Barista, ang segment po dito sa Lighthouse Cafe kung saan tinutugunan po namin ang inyong mga legal na katanungan. At sa kabila po ng Enhanced Community Quarantine, tayo po ay pinagpala na tayo ay may ibang means upang tayo po ay makatugon pa rin sa mga katanungan ng mga tao. Ngayon po ay meron tayo isang liham mula kay Joyce. Pakinggan po natin ito. Salamat Joyce sa iyong katanungan. No? Maraming tao talaga ang nagtatanong kung ano ba itong Social Amelioration Program at kung paano ba ito ini-implement. Ito ay bunsod ng Bayanihan Heal as One Act. Ito ay naglalayon na magbigay ng tulong, ng suporta sa pamamagitan ng pinansyal na aspeto sa ating mga kababayan. At of course, ang target ng ating gobyerno ay mabigyan yung mga tinatawag natin na mga marginalized, yung mga vulnerable sectors of our society. And maganda yung tanong mo, no? Ano ba yung kinakapalooban nitong buong Social Amelioration Program at paano ba ito i-implement? And of course, nag-issue ng joint memorandum yung Interagency Task Force, that was Joint Memorandum Circular number 1 Series of 2020 kung yan ay gusto mong tingnan. And nag-issue din ang Department of Social Welfare and Department of Social Welfare and Development na sarili nilang guidelines ukol dito sa Social Amelioration Program. So, ito ay i-roll out sa pamamagitan ng mga local government units. So, ito ay i-roll out sa mga probinsya, sa mga munisipyo, sa mga syudad, pababa sa mga barangay. At as you know, ang DSWD is the social welfare arm ng ating gobyerno. So ito ang magpapatupad talaga. Ang pondo ay nasa DSWD, pero sa pakikipagtulungan sa ating mga local government units, sa mga local chief executives, ay dito natin makukuha or dito i-verify yung mga listahan. And of course, ang tanong, magkano ba yung amount? Ang nasabi dun sa Bayanihan to Heal as One Act ay between 5,000 to 8,000. And according to the implementing guidelines, ang pamamaraan kung paano ito actually na i-roll out ay sa pamamagitan ng yung minimum wage sa bawat area. So for example, sa NCR, dahil meron tayong minimum wage amounting to 500, I think 537 ang ating minimum wage, tayo yung pinakamataas. So ang threshold amount ay nasa maximum, which is at 8,000 pesos. Ngayon, may iba-ibang programa under sa Social Amelioration Program. Pero unahin muna natin kung ano yung mga magiging parameters kung paano ito ibibigay. Ang sabi ng Joint Memorandum Circular ay ito ay i-roll out in partnership with the local government units. Ibig sabihin, sila magpo-provide ng manpower na ang mga barangay ang siyang pupunta sa bawat area upang ang lahat ay makapag-fill out ng tinatawag natin na Social Amelioration Card. So sa pamamagitan nito ay doon i-verify ng DSWD ang pangangailangan ng bawat pamilya sapagkat ang target ng DSWD ay makapag-provide ng amelioration or ng funding for 18 million households. So ito ay per family, it's not per individual. Ito ay hiwalay dun sa camp na ini-implement naman ng DOLE. Iba rin to sa iba pa po mga programa na ini-implement ng for example, ng DTI at ng DBM. So ito ay solely funding for each household. At ang kinapapalooban nito ay food and non-food items, feeding program, and of course, yung in cash, ito yung tinatawag natin na Assistance in Crisis Situation o AICS. Ito ay funding na minimum ng 3,000 pesos to a maximum of 5,000 pesos. So, ito ay lahat dadaan sa mga barangay. So, very important that what you actually do is to actually get in communication with, for barangays kasi you would have either barangay coordinators or purok leaders. So, importante po na kayo ay pumunta sa mga representatives na ito. Alamin niyo po paano nila i-roll out yung kung paano kayo makakakuha na itong tinatawag na social amelioration card. At pagkatapos po itong reviewin ng DSWD, dun po yan. No? Ang identified po, ang importante na malaman natin, ano po ba yung mga identified natin na mga ano. So, yung sa dole before na tulong nila na 5,000 pesos, yun ay para sa tinatawag natin na mga formal workers. So, dito naman po, ang tinitingnan na matulungan dito ay mga non-formal workers. So, dito po, according po dito sa Joint Memorandum Circular at ganoon din naman sa doon sa DSWD. So, yung AICS pala is Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situation. So, ito ay 3,000 pesos to 5,000 pesos per household. At kasama din dito yung burial assistance in the maximum amount of 25,000 pesos. So, sino po ba ang mga target beneficiaries netong itong programang ito? First, ang target beneficiaries nito, of course, would be households na merong identified na either senior citizen, persons with disability, pregnant and lactating women, solo parents. Kasama dito yung mga overseas Filipinos in distress. Ito yung mga tinatawag natin ng mga overseas Filipino workers who were repatriated or banned from traveling outside the Philippines on account of COVID-19. Of course, nandito rin yung mga tinatawag nating IP or indigenous peoples. The underprivileged sector, which is mainly yung mga homeless. Yung ating mga informal economy workers. So, dito pumapasok yung mga directly hired occasional workers, seasonal workers, subcontracted workers. Dito pumapasok yung mga home workers o yung mga katulong natin, house helpers, mga drivers ng pedicab, tricycles, PUJs, UVs, PUBs, taxis. Dito rin pumapasok yung mga TNVS. Pumapasok din dito yung mga micro-entrepreneurs, of course, yung mga sari-sari store owners who on account of COVID-19 cannot operate dahil sa closure. Family enterprise owners, sub-minimum wage earners, farmers, fisher folks, employees affected by no work, no pay, pero hindi yung nasa formal sector. Ibig sabihin, hindi sila naging covered nung dole camp, yung COVID-19 Adjustment Measure Program ng Department of Labor and Employment. And of course, yung mga stranded workers. So, if you feel like you are part of this or your household has several na mga tao na either informal workers or yan nga mga seasonal workers or OFWs in distress or meron kayong senior citizen, meron kayong PWD, meron kayong solo parent, meron kayong pregnant or lactating mom sa loob ng inyong household, it's best that you coordinate, you get in touch with your barangay coordinator or your barangay purok leader and ask them how you can secure a social amelioration card. And by doing that, kayo ay magiging bahagi, i-review yan ng DSWD, and if you are eligible, yan i-roll out yung kung paano yung distribution ng fund. It could be either they would put in mga places where they could distribute the money or they would do it door to door. So, depende po yan. May discretion ng mga LGUs to be able to do that. So, kung meron pa po kayong mga dagdag na katanungan, maaari lang po kayong magpadala ng inyong mga liham or mag-leave ng message sa aming Facebook group. So, maraming salamat, Joyce, sa iyong liham. Sana'y natugunan namin yan. Kung kayo po ay may mga katanungan, maaari lang po kayong magpadala ng inyong mga liham email sa goodtalks@lighthousecafetv.com. Gayon din po, pwede niyo pong i-search ang aming Facebook page, Lighthouse Cafe, at pwede po kayong mag-leave ng message doon. Maraming salamat po. Muli, ito po si Attorney Moses Rivera at your service.
At natapos na naman ang isang oras ng magagandang kwentuhan, mga pag-uusap na palagay po natin naging kapaki-pakinabang sa inyong lahat. We hope you enjoyed all our discussions today.
And you can watch our replay of our episode today sa aming Lighthouse Spectrum mobile app. Download this app from the App Store or Google Play Store. Maaari rin kayong manood sa aming Lighthouse BBC YouTube channel, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share.
And we would also like to thank our ministry partners and sponsors who have faithfully supported our various shows and productions. Maraming salamat po sa For Gospel Catering Services, Haircutters Republic, Miami Cakes, and the Lighthouse Blooms Flower Shop.
At maraming salamat din po sa ating mga individual sponsors who continue to partner with us. You can also be our ministry partner. Just send a message to our official Facebook page, Lighthouse Cafe.
And so catch another episode next week, only here at the Lighthouse Cafe,
Where good talks happen!